Hola, 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 hola. Oh, what a lovely day. What a lovely day. Woke up in the morning, did my meditation, did my workout, did my qigong, and then took a walk to the beach. There, to the Tembe beach. Chilled there, did some more qigong, and I'm walking back tired, but feeling productive. Wow. Wow. Well, today I just wanted to talk about cancer. And the reason I want to talk about cancer is because over the weekend we have the cancer run. The Rotary International Cancer Run in Uganda. And the point of the cancer run is to build bunkers in Zambia Cancer Institute. Yeah, I think we're trying to finalize or finish them. So we are focusing on the cure and the treatment of cancer. In fact, in the circles, in the Rotary circles, we had our cancer officer, for example, telling us about the need for early detection of cancer, being one of the things that they are touting, that they're sensitizing people about, to go for early testing of cancer, screening. That's okay. That's all right. For me, it pisses me off, really, that we get all those millions of shillings, maybe even millions of dollars, billions of shillings, and we're only talking about treatment. You know, no amount of attention is being paid to prevention. You know, it's sensitization about prevention. You know, the best way you can prevent cancer is to screen early, meaning that what? That it's inevitable. That the only chance you have against cancer is to catch it early. No, the best opportunity you have against cancer is to never catch it. Yeah, and it's that we get from knowledge. Oh, man. Yeah, we get from knowledge about our bodies and how they function. And that is the one that is supposed to help us fight cancer. So today I want to talk just like this, here and there, about my understanding of cancer. So the number one thing I want to talk about, which has just come to my head, really nothing in order, is that cancer tumors are built by a reaction from the stem cells. The stem cells in your bones, the ones that make new tissue, react to a low oxygen tension in your body, and in so doing produce tumors as a response. Tumor cells. Yeah, something I think they're trying to deal with the issue of low oxygen. And what causes low oxygen in your body? Oxygen, the dissolvability of oxygen in water. You know you are 70% water. The rate or the extent at which oxygen dissolves in water is dependent upon the voltage of electricity in that water. As you may or may not know, we are electronic organisms. We are bioelectronics. We run on electricity. Just like that mobile phone you're holding in your hand, the same thing that runs it runs you. So when your voltage in the body is low, it's definitely lower in the water in your body. And so oxygen escapes. When the voltage is high, the oxygen is held into the water. When the voltage is low, the oxygen escapes. So you have low oxygen in your body because you have a low voltage of electricity in your body. So what causes the low voltage of electricity in your body? That's the question. Number one, a sedentary lifestyle. Sitting at home, sitting in the car, sitting in the office, coming from the office, sitting in the bar, sitting in the car, going home, reach home, sit in the sitting room, watch TV, eat supper, go to bed, and you repeat the next day. Zero exercise. Let me tell you why exercise is important. Because your muscles produce electricity when they contract. They produce electrons when they contract. And these electrons work as antioxidants to the positive ions that run in your body. Anyway, the long and short of it, without complicating things, is that you produce electricity from your muscles when they contract. So the voltage of your body is increased by the contraction of your muscles. And therefore, the energy. That is why people like us who exercise are energetic. The other day, I did 28 kilometers after a workout in the morning. Yesterday, I did a workout. Today, I did a workout and I've walked 21 or so kilometers. Tonight, I'm going to do push-ups. I'm just trying to tell you that I'm very energetic. I'm like a kid. You know, kids jump around. That's me. And tomorrow, I can get up and even walk to Nadia, do 40 kilometers. Yeah, because I've paid attention. And you should too. I used to be a weak guy, zero energy. Could not imagine even walking 5 kilometers. Always just drinking alcohol, ordering for pork, soft, looking for pleasure. Change that. So now I'm generating energy, voltage into my body on a daily basis. And so the oxygen in my body is held. And so the stem cells in my bones are not detecting a low oxygen tension. Okay? That is one of the things that causes cancer. So you need to increase the voltage in your body. Another thing that reduces the voltage in your body other than a sedentary lifestyle is the toxins in our food. Yeah. Have you heard of Roundup? Roundup is a weed killer that farmers use when they buy GMO seeds. They also buy Roundup because when you plant the GMO seeds, you can spray Roundup in your garden and it kills all the weeds except your GMO seeds. So you don't need to spend on weeding and all that. You just come with your spray and spray the whole garden. Yeah. And only the plants that you are growing are the ones that survive. Everything else dies. It contains a chemical called glyphosate, a toxin. Now, most of our food that we eat is grown using Roundup. In contemporary times, all farmers are using Roundup. In Uganda, and even the foods that, especially the foods that we import. Be it the barley that is in the beer that we drink. Be it the wheat or the corn that makes the cornflakes that we have every morning. All I'm saying is that our food system is full of glyphosate because that is how modern agriculture is practiced. Glyphosate is a toxin. Like I've told you, it kills life. Now, your small intestines contain trillions of microorganisms. And these microorganisms, especially in your large intestines, the colon, are responsible for your immune system, among many other things. They also produce minerals and vitamins for you. They determine your mood. Man, our lives as human beings are dependent on the collaboration between us and those microorganisms in our colon, in our gut. Now, what glyphosate does, what glyphosate does is just the same as what alcohol does when it reaches the colon. Yeah, it kills those microorganisms. Glyphosate, which is in all the foods we eat, kills the microorganisms that are in the gut, and so causes, among many other things, inflammation, rather leakage of your gut, whereby the wall that protects your bloodstream from your feces in the gut is broken down so that your feces start to leak into your bloodstream. That is called a leaky gut, which many of us are suffering from without knowing. So that leaky gut, once those feces enter your body system, they trigger an immune reaction by the blood cells, white blood cells in your body, cytokines, and cause what they call systemic inflammation. Systemic inflammation is when the whole of your bloodstream, all your veins, the whole of your body, all your organs are inflamed. Byona bizimba. It's called kuzimba in Uganda. So all of your whole body system gets inflamed. Okay? Now, inflammation is supposed to be a reaction of the immune system to ensure that you're able to fight off disease. But the problem is when it becomes chronic. Chronic inflammation causes cancer, causes cardiovascular disease, causes depression and anxiety, mental health issues, reduces the quality of your life. And many of us have chronic systemic inflammation. Okay? So the food that we are eating contains toxins, glyphosate among many of them. We have other things like mercury and lead from the fishes that we eat. Our lakes are polluted, from all this industrial waste. And then these fishes that we eat have lead and mercury in them. The chicken that are kept here in our farms, the way they are raised with antibiotics and hormones, all those get into our system and toxify it. Nowadays I hear that even the pork that we eat contains ARVs. How unfortunate. So all this toxicity interferes with the energy production of your body. Okay? And so the voltage of your body falls. So apart from being sedentary, not moving your muscles to generate energy, even the food that we are eating is producing toxins which are reducing the voltage in our body. And the reduction of voltage in our body causes tumors to develop. You've got to open up all your energy channels in your body to ensure that you're charged up on a regular basis, because you are just like a phone. Remember that. You're an electronic. So what do we do about the issue of food? You see, what do we do about the issue of food? What I would advise is fasting. I'm a big advocate for fasting. Yeah, because the less of the toxins that you eat, the better. So you cannot be eating 3 meals a day with snacks in between and then expect your body to really keep up with all those toxins. You're giving it a hard time. The kidneys and the liver, you're giving them a hard time to detoxify that stuff. So the less you eat, the better. And nobody should ever lie to you that the less you eat, the weaker you become. Because if it was that, fat people who eat all the time would be the strongest. But they are not. People like us who eat once a day. Also, well, most of the times I eat once in a day. Sometimes I may be tempted, you know. But I'm bursting with energy. There's no way you can tell me that my energy comes from food. It doesn't. That is a lie that we were told by the indoctrination in our schools. Lying to us that the more you eat, the better your life will be. Maybe those days when the food system was not full of toxins, but today, no way, man. No way. So you've got to learn to fast. Eat a little. And then focus on other ways of generating energy in your body. Ways that are side effect proof. Like Qigong. Qigong is an energizer. Learn it. Do your research. Check my YouTube channel. You find there's a video I have there of my daily routine of Qigong. Teach yourself Qigong. It's a favor. It's a gift you can give to yourself. It's a science. Yoga. Awesome. Awesome technology from India. Lovely. Brings in energy into the body. Increases the voltage into your body, but also increases the size of the wires in your body so that they can carry a larger voltage. Yeah, so exercise, Qigong, fasting, all these things bring more energy into your body. How does fasting bring more energy into your body? There is a system in the cells called the Krebs cycle, where the fats in your cells are broken down to produce energy. So the fats in your cells bring more energy to you than the glucose, the sugar from the food. Yeah. So when you are burning your body fat cells, they generate more energy. They charge up the batteries in your body. Burning 1 gram of fat charges up 38 batteries in your cell. 38. But burning glucose charges up only 4, I think, 4 batteries. So when you fast, the only way you can switch on the fat burning and therefore the generation of more energy into your body is when you fast. Because when you fast, the body uses up the glucose which is in your body, and after that it turns on to the fats and starts burning the fats. The advantage is that you will generate more energy when you fast. When you enter into a period called ketosis, you produce more energy from burning fats than from burning the sugar from the food that you're eating all the time. Yeah? So when you fast and you produce more energy, like I told you, the energy is equal to the voltage, the electricity in the water in your body. So it holds the oxygen and therefore switches off the reaction by the stem cells to generate and produce tumors. So this is how we fight cancer, through knowledge. We do not just say that, oh, cancer is in our family. Well, cancer is in my family. Cancer is in my family, for sure. Lost 2 members to cancer in my family. Very painful. The grief is unexplainable. But There is no way I can start to say that cancer is in our genes and I give up and I accept. Or that, oh my God, the devil has brought me cancer. Oh, God decided that I get cancer. Those are beliefs that limit us and take our power from us. Even genetics right now in your genes can be affected by your behavior. The genes do not act alone. They depend also on how you behave. So you can actually change your expression, your gene expression. You can turn around your family curse, your generational curse. You can turn it around by the works of your hands. What do I mean? By putting in the time, doing your meditations, your qigongs, bringing in more energy, walking, running, thinking good thoughts, because one of the things that also causes cancer is bad emotions, because emotions are magnetic fields. They are magnetic fields onto the electronic field and the wires that run in your body. Okay? It is a blockage, a magnetic blockage, an emotion such as grief or anger, depression, all these strong emotions. When you go through a tough time in your life, that causes magnetic blockage on the flow of electricity in your body. And as you know, like I said, therefore, you do not hold oxygen in the water in your body because you're running a low voltage because of strong emotions. So you've got to learn how to manage the emotions. And the best way you can learn how to manage your emotions is through meditation. Meditation is a tool, a scientific tool to help you manage your emotions by rising above your emotions, by knowing and understanding that your emotions are not you, that they are just energies running through your system. They are not you, so you do not attach yourself to them and you do not grow them, because whatever you give attention to magnifies. So when you don't give your emotions attention, they magnify. But how do you learn how to separate yourself from your emotions? First of all, by knowledge. Learn, have some knowledge, learn some things, do some research, but also by meditation. Meditation is so powerful. Yeah. So here I am talking about cancer here and there, things here and there. What else can I tell you about cancer? Fasting, another thing about fasting. We all have tumor cells in our bodies at any one time running around and being dealt with by our immune system. But the thing is that tumor cells thrive only on glucose. Okay? And glucose comes from the food that we eat. So when you eat 3 meals a day with snacks in between, you are feeding the tumor cells with glucose, availability of glucose. Okay? And also when the glucose in your bloodstream is high, then you produce a hormone called insulin, which always tries to bring down the glucose in your body. Insulin, the hormone, is a growth promoter. It promotes growth of cells in your body. So the longer you have insulin in your blood, running in your blood, and this is because you have always fed. Every time you're always satisfied. You always have breakfast, break, lunch, all the time you have food in your body. Because of that, you always have insulin, and insulin is a growth promoter. Now, if it promotes growth, what does that mean? It can also promote the growth of your tumors. So if you have tumors in your body and you have insulin running in your body 24/7, some people even wake up in the middle of the night to eat. This is sad. This is sad. Yeah. So of course, the glucose is available, the tumors will grow. Not to mention the glucose itself feeds the tumors. The tumors love glucose. But the normal cells of our bodies, are able to run on glucose and also ketones. Ketones are chemicals that come from the burning of fats. Okay? So as you're burning fats, you produce ketones, which the normal cells can use to create abundant energy, like I told you. Abundant energy. Yeah. Where am I? So if you fast, number one, you bring down the insulin in your body, because there is no insulin in your body if there is no glucose in your body. If you're not feeding, if you're in a fasted state, you cannot have insulin running in your blood. And so you begin to burn fat. And like I told you, fat brings more energy. But also, you begin to starve the cancer cells. The tumors that are growing, they begin to starve because they feed on glucose alone, while your normal cells begin to thrive, because all that your cells need is energy. So if you are using a more efficient system like ketones, fatty acids, fats, if you're burning those and producing more energy, your normal cells begin to thrive, not to mention your mental health, because the brain is the one that uses the biggest amount of energy. It's the biggest hogger of energy. So if you can switch to a system that produces the most amount of energy, which is the Krebs cycle, which is the burning of fats, ketones, then your brain will be very happy, because it's receiving, like I said, 38 batteries are charged from just one. 38 ATPs are produced by burning just 1 gram of fat. So we can starve the cancer cells. We can, by taking glucose out of the system, we can also prevent growth of cancer cells by removing insulin from our blood. Yeah. And we can also increase the amount of electricity, the energy, the ATP in our body by burning fats, which, because burning fats creates more energy than burning glucose. Burning of glucose is actually a very dirty fuel. So don't think that when you're eating, you're doing yourself such a big, it's just because you're addicted, you know. Just like me, I'm also a food addict, but I'm working on it. That is part of the transformation of this man. He's realized that food is just an addiction that we learn from our parents. And no, not only our parents, but the whole society. Just turns us into food addicts. And when there is no food, we have withdrawal symptoms. We start behaving dizzy, irritated, like a person who's withdrawing from heroin or cocaine. It's not. We eat for energy, but that's not the only thing that brings energy into the system. Come on. It's very inefficient, because when you burn glucose, you produce what they call reductive oxidative species, ROS, positive ions. Yeah. The results of burning glucose, number one, it only produces 4 ATPs. Very few. Okay? It's not very, very efficient in producing energy. But even when it does, it's like running on diesel. It produces byproducts called ROS, reductive oxidative species, ROS, which are positive ions. These are cancerous. No wonder that if you eat every day, 3 meals a day with snacks in between and beer at the end of the day, you need to take supplements, antioxidant supplements. Yeah, you need them. You need them all, because you're just swimming in positive ions. So the less you eat, the less you depend on glucose as your energy source, the better for you. Food is overrated. Overrated. If anything, it turns us into slaves, because once we grab the addiction of food, Now we can become manageable because we're afraid of hunger. We cannot even focus on our development and our transformation into the gods that we are. We spend the waking day from morning to evening looking for money so that we can survive hunger, not face the risk of hunger. This needs some thinking, man. We need to think about it. This is slavery. So the moment you rise above your addiction for food, which was given to you by your society, and then you start working on other ways of bringing energy into your body, the better for you. Yeah, even things like cancer can be fought like that. So cancer, the majority of it, I'm not saying that everyone, but the majority of it is lifestyle, caused by lifestyle. Another big cause of cancer is meat. Yeah. How does meat cause cancer? My God. Huge story. Huge story. Number one, of course, the cancer, the meat industry is heavily polluted nowadays. Nowadays, all the meat that we eat is full of toxins. Everyone is cutting corners. Everyone is cutting corners. The chickens that we eat are no longer chickens. It cannot grow within 2 weeks and you still call it a chicken. Impossible. Yeah, impossible. So, it's full of toxins, the whole system, the whole food system. The meat system is full of chemicals, but also meat is very dense, okay? It's very dense. And so it takes a lot of energy from your body to break it down through the process of catabolism. Catabolism, breaking down of proteins so that they can get the amino acids out of there and make them available to the body. Catabolism is highly energy intensive. When you eat meat, it's like paying 100 shillings to get 10 shillings. Yeah. When you eat meat, you get a negative loss in energy because of the amount of energy that your body has to expend to break down that protein. Yeah, not to mention the byproducts of meat, metabolism, catabolism, are dangerous. Urea, the one in your urine. Meat produces a lot of urea into your body, uric acid into your body. Most men actually get gout, especially when they are mixing alcohol together with the meat. They get gout, and the gout is just an accumulation of uric acid crystals in the joints. Now, uric acid is very dangerous to the body. Very, very corrosive. It causes all manner of problems to the system. No wonder the kidneys are always actively working to remove it from the system. So meat tastes good. It has proteins, in quotes, useless. I won't go there because you can get the same proteins and even better from plant sources. So it is heavy on the energy expenditure of your body, and of course, therefore, it reduces the amount of voltage, the electricity in your body, just trying to break down that meat. Yeah? But then another thing is, when the meat enters into the colon, into the gut, it moves very slowly. It moves very slowly. And because your gut is a tropical environment with high heat, 37 degrees centigrade, the meat always rots inside your intestines. So inside your intestines, you have rotting meat. Rotting meat. It's producing all kinds of poisons into your bloodstream, causing leaky gut, sending your immune system haywire, always. Why? Because we eat meat every day. Sausages in the morning, lunchtime, supper time, we're eating meat. Yeah, yeah. Can you imagine? So that rotten meat stuck in your intestines is very, very dangerous and causes an overreaction of the immune system, causes inflammation all over your body, systemic inflammation. Oh boy. Yeah, yeah. In fact, the breakdown of meat produces certain chemicals called TMAOs. I've forgotten what they are called, but they are very carcinogenic, class 1 carcinogenic. It spills them right into your liver, produces TMAOs. They are there. You look for them on Google if you think I'm lying. So all these things connive. Meat, alcohol. Alcohol is the biggest cause of cancer in the world. The biggest cause of cancer in the world is not even smoking, because fewer people are smoking these days. And it is alcohol. But the drinkers of alcohol are always saying that they drink in moderation, that the alcohol is not the problem, that it is the drinker who drinks in moderation. Oh my God. No. Alcohol is a poison. Whether you take one sip or you take one, of course it depends on the dosage. But it is a poison, and there is no safe limit for alcohol. Research has been done. There is no safe limit for alcohol. You can't say even one bottle of alcohol is safe. The using of alcohol causes cancer. They should write it on those bottles, just like they put it on the cigarettes. Yeah, because alcohol kills every cell it gets in touch with. And alcohol also has access to all this. Oh my God, what a beautiful moon. Man, not moon, sunset. My God, you can't see it here. Oh boy, what a loss. Oh, what an amazing, amazing sunset. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes actually having to look at such things as a beautiful sunset and appreciating it, living in wonderment. Oh, that's so good for the body, man. Just makes all the body laugh and prevents cancer as well. Yeah, so eating meat, alcohol, I can talk for 2 hours about it. And the thing I hate most about it is that it is accepted socially. I cannot imagine how alcohol gets to be accepted socially. It just shows how unconscious we are as a society. I know that our great-grandchildren 100 years from now will laugh at us for having accepted alcohol. That the most respected individuals in our society, the most educated individuals in our society are the ones drinking whiskeys and all these things. And when they get cancer, they say it is God who has brought it. This is terrible. This is terrible. So alcohol, meat, food in general because of Roundup, lack of fasting, okay, always being fed, sedentary lifestyle, keeping the voltage, energy levels in your body low, all are conniving in causing cancer. Life is funny. Sometimes you may get cancer even after you've been doing all that stuff. But the majority of us fall within what they call the normal distribution curve, where averagely our lifestyle is the one that is responsible for our sickness. The quality of our life is dependent upon our lifestyles, how we're living our lives. And how we're living our lives now is artificial. It's been created by somebody and implanted into us as a software, because we're also biocomputers. This system has been put into our heads as a software. It is running. And in fact, every time people like us have attempted to break away from the system, we are looked at as mad, as deviants. Yeah, this system is wrong. I'm not even going to go deep into that, but take a moment and question everything that the system tells you how you're supposed to live your life. It's also a cause of cancer. The system itself is so toxic. It's so full of negative feedback on our emotions. It is so terrible, full of bad food, full of everything bad. It's causing us to be sick. Yeah. So anyway, I've arrived home. Sweet home, sweet home. Yeah. I hope I've not made enemies. Anyway, I know I have. I always do. I have been told to speak nicely to people. I don't know how to speak nicely. I'm from Kabale. We don't know how to speak nicely. Just give it to you the way it is, give you something to think about, and know that's from my heart with love. Cheers.